Okay, Bill, this is Dennis Clark, and we're going to review your lesson from today and show you the things that we tried to do. Okay. First thing you want to do is establish a more relaxed position at the golf ball. You're starting out too stiff. It's very hard to do an athletic motion from the position where you are. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so here would be an example. See the club pointing up through the the chest area there, and his club's pointed at his arms are hanging comfortably right below his shoulders, anatomically the way he is built. Your arms are hanging out here, and you're standing further from the ball, and you're holding the hands up too high. His hand level would be just below his knees here, whereas yours is up here. So you've got to lower the hand a little bit, all right? And that would just be relaxing in your shoulders, I would think. I probably don't want you to get as low as him because of what we're doing first of all in terms of your swing, which is trying to get it more inside. That's way outside. And it swings flat and then it gets steep. So it's taken on this. It's taken on that attitude at that point. Then it goes that attitude. Okay, 70. You just steepen the club by 30 degrees in your downswing. All right, let's watch something here. He just lowered it by 20 degrees. All right, so we're still on pointing out the problem here. We'll show you what we're going to do about it in a minute. But your backswing, your hands are starting here. And then they go out there. And now the club gets very flat. Look how far the left arm is off your chest. See the gap? Look at this gap. There is none. Left arm on the chest. That's why we put the head cover back here, and that's why you're going to put the line back there. You need to know where the inside is, and you'll never get the club to the inside as long as your lead arm, the left in your case, comes that far off your chest. Okay? Now that club is supposed to come inside that line. So, you know, it matters not that you've kind of given yourself this swing and, you know, a homegrown sort of an effort. It matters that, to me, that from what I saw in one session today, you can correct that swing. And the first thing we have to correct is you have to learn what inside the ball is. This is like, just so you don't get confused on terms, there's the line of flight, right? Everything in here from you over there is considered the inside. Everything from here over to eternity is considered the outside. Nothing good happens in golf outside the line. You think of this wall, Hogan called it once a pane of glass. You know, I think of it as a brick wall in your house. You just can't go crashing out into it. And you see how far he is away from it coming down? I mean, it's just safe. Let's put it safe. When he comes to finish, it never goes outside that line. It hits it from inside, and then it goes back to the inside of it, so he never touches the wall. So I could go on ad nauseum, but you know what I'm saying. That's the nature of the problem. Okay, what do we do about it? Well, let's see. We're going to do this. We're going to make you aware of where the inside is. It's here, right? That line on the ground. You can make it as drastic as you want. To do that, put this shoulder back here. All right? I want you holding the club with 10 fingers and your left hand turned a good ways to the right. With the V in your hand, and I'm talking about the V, the little groove in your hand between your thumb and your index knuckle, pointed over to your right shoulder. 2 knuckles visible, and the entire logo on your glove should be visible when you look down. You have to take the club in the house and hold it several times a day to get used to that. You don't have to swing it. Just pick it up. You're watching golf. You're watching your favorite TV show. Just practice it. Get a new grip. We need a grip immediately that will hook the ball. Everything you hit to the left is going to be a step in the right direction for you. Because the only reason you come over it so far is you've always lost it to the right when you've lost it. Now, if I compare that to the other one, there's no comparison, right? You still have a gap here. You're still forcing it away. Okay? Left arm on the chest. Club goes to the inside. That's better, but it's still more outside than we want. But it's a lot better. And when you get here, remember, this is a brick wall. This is you're swinging the club in the house, and that's your wife's favorite window there. And you better not hit it, or you're going to get divorced. Oh no, call the lawyers. Oh no, crasho. Now even that is a whole hell of a sight better than what we were. But your tendency, which we have to get out of there by, as I said, how did I get to be a good golfer? Very simply this. I am also a self-taught golfer. I never had a golf lesson, but I taught myself to hook the ball. You know, whatever I did, I made my hands strong, I made them very active, and I made myself hook it. So my natural inclination is to swing out this way. A lot of the guys that I started out with golf, they hit these big bananas and they're still coming over the top. You know, and they're a 20 and I'm a club pro. So it has to do with reacting to your ball flight. Right? And you have to react inside coming down. This has to drop. That's the very first thing. I'm going to bring up Garcia again. Not that I have any partiality to Garcia's swing, but he demonstrates one thing so beautifully that I use this model as much as anybody. Watch what his hands do from the top. It's like gravity. It's like if you flipped a coin. You'd throw it up and it would come straight down. Watch. Boop, straight down. It's like it's coming straight down a chute, pitch on a roof. Straight down. Nothing out at all. His hands are directly back under his shoulders. We can help you do that if you stay with it. So we're going to get this arm to look more like this, vertical instead of horizontal. And that'll force your club down earlier in the traction. So, you know, it's quite a bit over the top and it's very steep, but based on the 1 hour that I saw, that you can make these changes that's going to make you more consistent in hitting the ball. Right now, the way you're playing golf, I'm going to bet this is what happens. You go along with a par and a bogey and a par and a par and a bogey, and then all of a sudden a 9 comes out. Right? It kind of ruins your round. Because this swing, your swing currently is not one that's reliable enough in its come back to with the big three. It's club face, it's path, and it's attack angle. So by doing the things that we suggested, I'm going to do it. Okay, so I gave you the head cover on the ground. I'm going to give you one more thing I want you to practice when you're doing this. I want you to put a head cover under or a towel under your left arm. And I want you to make just some backswings, keeping that arm on the chest. Yeah? You do that and I think we're going to really have a big breakthrough with this, because after I get you set back there, I'm going to teach this arm to come down a little bit, and it's going to serve two purposes. The club's going to come down on less steep of a plane. Remember, right now it goes back flat and then it goes over to steep. We're going to try to get it into a better position so that it can kind of come down under the ball, like it can drop like Garcia's did. That is the nature of your current problem, outside in and steep. All right, stay with it. I had a lot of progress today, and you need to internalize this whole picture and get a feeling for the big picture, because you know the individual parts are never going to make sense if the whole, what they call, you know, in motor skill learning, they call the macro concept here. Yeah, we're going to close this gap and get those hands to swing from inside and right back down under your shoulders. All right? Very nice to meet you, and I enjoyed working with you, Bill. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon.